everybody, thank you for joining me once again today. Today's video, I want to make it a really nice and down-to-earth video. I think like most of my videos, at least I try. And basically I want to talk about 3 ways that you're not being your authentic self. And right now, with all the changes that are happening, with everybody that's awakening, even yourself, of course, you're watching this video, you know, and Oprah is like the pioneer of authenticity. You know, being authentic is a life mission, and discovering what our authenticity is so important, right? Authenticity brings closeness to ourselves. Authenticity brings closeness to others, connection, synchronicity. I mean, it gives you so much power in your hands for you to design the life that you want. And everything starts with authenticity and self-love, which is authenticity, which is love. Anyway, so I want to talk about 3 main ways where you know that you're not being your authentic self, and this is more of a wake-up call kind of video. So yeah, let's get started. So one way that we can know that that you're not being authentic to who you truly are is by internalizing your inauthenticity. So what does that mean? So internalizing your inauthenticity means basically internalizing your feelings and just kind of secluding yourself from your environment, and that usually leads to depression. Actually, that is what depression means. And a lot of people have this misconception that depression is sadness. Depression is not sadness. Sadness is an emotion that comes in through you and out through you. Sadness is not here to stay, you see. Depression is here to stay. So depression is basically when you don't really want to do much except either escape or stay secluded from everyone else, and then you say, why don't you feel lonely? So just know that if you're spending lots and lots of time kind of just secluding yourself from the public, avoiding your friends, and you don't necessarily feel this sadness come over you, but just more of a hermit kind of quality, and you don't quite, and you kind of would like to be different, but you don't know how, just know that you're probably going through a depression or you're in a depressed state. And it's really important that you verbalize this to somebody that you trust, and also verbalize the fact that you have a desire to break this habit, to break this pattern, and basically, you know, be on your way to understanding why it is that you're like this in the first place. But just know that we as human beings, we like to be social. Sure, there are people that are more social than others, absolutely, 100%, but we are social beings. And if you find yourself always secluding yourself from the bunch as a way of coping with life, then you may have to understand that that's not really being your true authentic self. You also have to understand that maybe you're holding yourself back from something, and yeah, secluding yourself from the world, you know, it may be the easy option, but it's not the healthiest option, and it's not really who you want to be. Nobody wants to be locked up in their apartment all day or in their room all day for, you know, days and nights. Nobody really likes that. Unless you're working on a big project and you really need to concentrate and be there with yourself, nobody really wants to be in a place like that. You want to be able to have a balance. So just know that if you're going through long periods of this, that you may be going through a depression, and that is absolutely and totally okay. The next one is when you are basically kind of lashing out at people, when you get irritated a lot easier than maybe your average friend or people that are close to you, or even yourself. When you think back and you look at yourself like, my God, I'm so like easily irritated, like I get pissed so quickly, I'm a firecracker, you know, or like, my gosh, I am looking for arguments so easily. So just know that that is not your authentic self, okay? Because your authentic self, your true self, doesn't want to fight all the time, doesn't want to argue all the time, doesn't want to be right all the time. Sometimes it's so much better to be loved than to be right, okay? And our true self, our authentic selves, even though we're all different and unique, you don't want to be arguing all the time like that. You don't want to lash out on people. You don't want to have a short fuse. So just know that that is anger, and that anger comes from a deeper pain, a deeper hurt. And many times we don't even know how to process that emotion. And so we just lash out, which are little bits and pieces of that stress coming out of you. So yeah, that's outer externalizing your inauthenticity. But just know that, just be with yourself and know that something is bothering you, or there are many things that are bothering you, but within that many things there's a certain root of it all. And so, ask yourself these bigger questions. What is the pattern between me lashing out at people? What makes me so upset? What are the moments that make me so upset? And I think that you're going to get some really cool answers if you continue having this open dialogue with yourself. Absolutely. And then the last one is one of the most common ones. Actually, never mind, they're all common. But one of the last ones that is is the most scrutinized. And you know what? I feel for that because that's just wrong. We shouldn't scrutinize people. Well, basically, when you medicate with drugs, it doesn't matter what drug it is. It could be marijuana, even though I don't really think that's a drug, but we use it as a drug because it is a medicinal plant that is used recreationally, when it can help you in so many other things. So I guess we do use it as a drug. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to just any kind of self-medication, whether it's your uppers, your downers, whatever pills it is that you take, you are not being your authentic self. You are escaping. That's escapism. That means that you don't even want to be present with what is going on with yourself, with your emotions, and with your environment. Like, you just want to escape it. So, ask yourself the bigger questions. First of all, understand that, hey, you know what, I am doing this to myself. And then ask yourself the bigger questions. Why is it that I'm not happy? What's bothering me? That's one of the softest, most direct question. What is bothering me? And make a list of all the things that are bothering you. Make a list of all the things that are bothering you. And you may just find another amazing pattern that you have to learn to love and break and connect with yourself even deeper. And many times when we become aware of our own patterns, they don't hold the power that they used to have anymore. When you become aware of the things that bother you, all of a sudden you have like this whole other opportunity that opens up in your body and your system for you to actually acknowledge that and heal it. So why not let yourself, I know we fall into this pattern where we kind of avoid things, and hello, I've been number one on that for sure. And we fall into this pattern and you're like, I don't know why I'm procrastinating, but I don't know. But if you see yourself doing something over and over again, just ask yourself, what is it that bugs me? What is it that I don't like? And then you're gonna see a pattern, and then not only that, but you're gonna become more aware of what's really happening with you. And then you have no choice but to go through with it, and just and it becomes easier to face, because it's a certain level of awareness that is not so painful. And yeah, sometimes it can be obviously painful, but the pain does not last. That's what I'm trying to say. When you become more aware of these things, the pain does not last. The discomfort does not last. It doesn't have to throw these bits and pieces of anger all the time. It's like, this is why I'm angry. This is what hurts me. This is why I feel betrayed. This is why this, why this, why that. And all of a sudden, it's like you're allowing yourself to feel that, and then your mind gets more clear. You start to think better and start to understand how it is that you can heal yourself, or what it is that you need to do to take yourself to the next level in your career, in your love life, in your own personal life. So becoming aware of our limitations, doesn't limit us more, it empowers us even more so. So yeah, I hope you guys think about this. I think it's pretty easy, it's pretty down to earth. And I think I've fallen in all of those, and if you haven't, then you're not human, because I have fallen in all that. And sometimes I fall to it again and again, and then I have to tell myself, okay, what's bugging me? What's going on over here? Why do I want to go out so much? You know? And then you see the light, and then you learn to just kind of be there with yourself and become kind to yourself. I definitely suggest you watch my video on how to be kind to yourself, what it means to be kind to yourself. And that video goes pretty in depth into how to handle your emotions, basically, and what to do, how to not be so critical with yourself. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys next time. You're more than welcome to leave a comment, or you can always sign up for my newsletter for my latest updates. Mwah. Bye guys, have a beautiful day.